Alrighty guys, as you hear me guys into the Dragon Ball Legends video, we're going to be doing a little bit of a discussion video. So we are back and I wanted to talk about something that's been bothering me about the game, is basically the state of hybrids. And do I think that hybrids are ruining the game? It's kind of like a yes and no. And specifically, is Gohan ruining the game? Because I think it's safe to say that everyone at the Legends development team, they just absolutely love Gohan.
You're a simp.
And you can see right here, I'm actually on the Game Press tier list, and the top 3 units are, well, I guess the top 4 are all Sun family, but 3 of the 4 are all Gohan units specifically, right? And I think that's not necessarily healthy for the game, right? Especially because you guys do know is that we just got another Gohan.
Es hora de comer. Es hora de comer.
And on top of the fact of getting another Gohan is he's also a revival unit, but I'm going to talk about why I don't think this guy is that impactful as the other 3 right here, right? So I think it's safe to say that the Z tier Gohans right here, these ones, the FSK, the revival Gohan, and the yellow Gohan, they work so damn good together, and that I honestly feel like undisputably these 3 are the best units in the game. If you have these 3, even if you have kind of like a sucky bench, like it's not the most optimal bench units that you have for hybrids, you are still going to be able to put in work 100%, especially you have FSK Zenkai, you have this Gohan at 3 stars, even at 3 stars, like I'm telling you guys right now, my revival Gohan is 3 stars, my future Gohan is only 3 stars, and I do have the Zenkai FSK, but that's all I need to go ahead and actually put in work in PvP, right? That's all you need to get into top 10k. That's pretty much like, this is undeniably the best team in the game, right? But let's go ahead and talk about these other Gohan. So in terms of those 3, I think that they were a mistake to release, right? And then shortly after that, I know a lot of people were upset because we also got this LF Goten, who people were just like, dude, he's just gonna get slapped on there, he's just gonna Zenkai buff the revival Gohan, and that's exactly what he did, right? For people that do have this Goten Zenkai, he is used as a bench, and sometimes he's brought in for PPR setup, right? Purple, red, and he's still phenomenal, right? I think he has extremely good equipment, so you can make him really beefy. That team can still do an amazing amount of work. It's just, you have a lot of options for hybrids right now, but when it comes to this Gohan, I think this Gohan is placed fairly accurately, right? Tier 1. So for Goten, I think he can maybe be placed a little bit higher. Maybe, I'm not too sure. I do like this placement for him. But for this kid Gohan, I don't think he is that great on hybrids specifically, right? I don't think he is really doing damage in terms of hybrids being the best team in the game. This guy, he's good, and especially because of the fact that he does have revival. I think every team at this point in the game needs a revival unit. They need an endurance unit. I think that's safe to say that everyone kind of like needs those, right? And pretty much that's what we're getting to at this point. With these past couple of buffs that we've gotten like more like it's more Frieza Force buffs and Saiyan Saga buffs, right? Because we did get the LF Vegeta from the Saiyan Saga. We just did get the Nappa, and then we just got this guy as well. And so he is a green for your hybrids basically, right? And I think if people have him, he's there, like, I'm probably going to run him on bench. But the first 3 units are just so damn good that you don't ever need to bring this guy. This guy might not ever get some playtime, even if you go against a triple blue team, like triple blue, not even blue, purple. I do believe that this Gohan he'll just still ride bench, right? I feel like people are still too scared to use him because he's not the best, right? He's not the best, especially on hybrids, because they already mesh so well together. So I could even see this guy being lower than what he is right here, but I suppose that he is good for, like I said, I have seen a lot of videos on this guy, and I do think he shines on the Saiyan Saga team. I think that's where he definitely belongs. And speaking of Saiyan Saga, we also got this Nappa, and I've seen, like, again, this is another unit. I don't have either of these units, but I've seen tons and tons of videos, you know, like from ranging from Garage to Go to like all those content creators, and this Nappa actually impresses me more so than this Gohan. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, like this Nappa actually, I would put him, I don't know if he probably does break into S tier. I would say I don't care where he is at in S tier, but I do feel like he deserves the S tier ranking. I do believe that he may not be optimal on Saiyans and stuff like that. I completely understand that. But like I had just said, Frieza Force getting the buffs, right? Frieza Force getting the buffs, and then also the Saiyan Saga. And you know, I think a lot of other players share that same sentiment as well. In terms of hybrids, I do believe they're going all out on them. Like, they are constantly releasing hybrids, and it is somewhat of an issue. But as of like right now, I do think that we just need to focus on the other teams, and I think this Gohan actually does help that aspect, right? In terms of just buffing some of the other teams that we have from now on out. I would like to see some more revival units for other teams that desperately need help, right? Like there's teams out there, like if we go into the top teams, we can actually go into the team tier list and we can actually just start scoping them out right here. Is we have like God, look at how low Godki is. This is like one of the most popular teams right here, right? And it's just that they even have a revival unit, right? They have a revival unit. They got some buffs. They got the SSB Evo or the SSB Vegeta and stuff like that. And they're still like kind of like down here in terms of these guys right here. These are like the behemoths of PvP and stuff like that, right? But if you go even further, like I feel like Rival Universe, dude, like we have an endurance unit in the form of Topo, but if Rival Universe had like just a revival unit, not an endurance unit, they'd be so good. GT as well. I think GT needs a revival unit. Androids desperately needs either of them, right? Because we have Revival Cell, but Revival Cell is like really in a rough spot right now. Like he's like almost, people don't even use him. People don't even use androids at all. And so, you know, it just sucks to see that Hybrids is getting all these units. And yes, like 100%, I agree that Gohan himself is he's getting too much love, he's getting too much attention and stuff like that. But I don't agree with the sentiment that the Green Gohan is making it even worse. I promise you guys that Green Gohan is the least of your worries right now. You guys just have to worry about getting some revival units on some of your other teams and stuff like that. Like look at these like dead teams. And you know, speaking of this team tier list, I honestly do think it needs an update. I think Frieza Force is better than LOE. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. I think LOE and Frieza Force at this point should just fuse together. They should just merge them together. I don't know what they could do with that. I don't know if it would be broken if they did that, but LOE, I think Frieza Force definitely shuts them out. And then when it comes down, oh yeah, Frieza Force is up here. So look at how far Frieza Force is up here compared to LOE, dude. Like it's kind of stupid. But other than that, it's just like, dude, the Saiyan Saga team isn't even up here when it 100% should be. It definitely deserves a spot up here. I would honestly put them somewhere in S tier. I would put them in S tier or at the very top of tier 1. I feel like at the very top of tier 1 or in S tier, right? They're extremely valuable. Like I don't think you guys understand. I know like I said, I've watched a lot of other content creators, specifically Dugo, right? He has a lot of like, I feel like he has like one of the best Frieza Force teams or like Saiyan Saga teams, or he uses them a lot. Like I would say he's proficient with them. And you know, he really showed me the light in terms of like, was when this Gohan came out, I was in the same boat as all of you guys. I was just like, dude, this Gohan is going to absolutely end. And I was discouraged. Like I'm not even gonna lie to you guys, I was discouraged. Like I was like, dude, like it's just gonna be more hybrids over and over and over. But the fact of the matter is, I have yet to see this guy a single time, bro. Like I'm gonna be real honest, I am top 5k in PvP right now, by the way. And I have not seen this guy. Maybe maybe the higher ranked players are using him, like in the top 100, top 3K, stuff like that. But even when I go on to streams like Swift, for example, Swift is a very good example, right? He's a high ranking player. I don't really see this guy a lot either over there. It's just hybrids players. If you're a top ranking hybrids player, you're going to stick to your top 3 units, which is going to be these guys right here, right? These are the only ones that really are the most important, right? Is these 3 right here. If you have these 3, again, you are 100% good to go. And then when you come down to all the way down here, dude, it's just like, listen, this Gohan, he's good, right? Revival, like I know a lot of people are going to be like, dude, Revival, like he's automatically worth it. He's worth it to put on your team. I don't necessarily think so. I'm gonna be real honest with you guys. I don't necessarily think that he deserves a bench spot. Like I don't know if that's just me thinking that. I truly don't believe he deserves a bench spot on your hybrids team, right? And so even when you bring this guy in, I think the only reason that you bring this guy in is if you see Gokua. But even if you do that, like Gokua, who is Gokua ran with? Gokua still ran with this purple Gohan, right? And I think they even say that like in their explanation right here, right? For Game Press. It says, while he's a decent answer for Gokua, all this does is give Purple Gohan an easier target to destroy. And to that, I 100% agree right there, right? Because that's basically what's going to happen, right? You're going to pigeonhole yourself, and you're going to basically beeline to the fact that you're going to have a color counter for Gokua, not realizing that Revival Gohan is just anxiously waiting to go ahead and just tear you apart right there in the background. So basically, I guess the last thing that I want to say is that this Gohan, he definitely, I feel like, is going to be more of a star on Saiyan Saga. And, you know, Saiyan Saga, I haven't really seen him on Regeneration, but I think Saiyan Saga is going to be his home for sure. And then for this Nappa, I think we just have to get a better judgment of these guys, their optimal teams and stuff like that, right? This Nappa definitely is going to shine on teams like Saiyan Saga, teams like Frieza Force and stuff like that. If you just slap him on Saiyans, I honestly think he'll still do decently. I truly believe he'll still do decently, but you know, like, he's not going to be at his actual best, at his best performance and stuff like that, right? So that's pretty much all I had to say on this matter. What do you guys think? Do you guys think this Gohan is busted? Do you guys think I'm just in the wrong, that this guy is absolutely breaking the game, that hybrids are breaking the game? You know, there's a lot to say on this topic right here. I know a lot of creators aren't necessarily happy with this, with how much Gohans they're pumping out, with how much hybrids they're pumping out and stuff like that. And we have to like make a gear switch here, man. Like, we're getting a new LF this month and stuff like that. We know that. And I am praying that it's androids, dude. I can't use my androids team. Like, I feel like my androids team is so bad, even though I almost have the optimal androids team, and I do not want to run it in this meta right here, right? But it's safe to say that I do think that, what's it called? These revival units, we need them distributed across many more teams, rather than just giving revival units to basically Sun Family, right? Because Sun Family, they have the rival Gohan now, they have Clapku, they have this Gohan, and that's pretty much almost all of the revivals right there, aside from Cell, right? So in that sense, it is stupid. When you're just looking at it from afar without actually looking at in-game, it is stupid. They're like 100% just feeding all these units into Sun Family, specifically hybrids and stuff like that. And, you know, we want, like I said, we need these units for other tags and stuff like that. Tags that desperately need some sort of buff to keep them relevant, right? Because that's how you're going to keep your player base alive. Not everyone is just going to want to run hybrids every single day of their life, right? You know, I mean, some people do, right? I'm not going to lie. Some people do want to run hybrids every single day of their life, and that's completely fine if that's how you want to play, but that's just not everyone, right? You can't just account for just that single group of people that are just like, F everything else, we just want to run hybrids, right? So that being said, again, let me know what your thoughts are in the comments down below. Let me know if you truly believe that this Gohan is breaking the game, this green Gohan. And, you know, if you think that's, what do you guys think of this Nappa as well? So I'll go ahead and toss him in there. Do you guys think he deserves this tier placement? Or do you guys think he belongs in S tier or even higher? Who would you replace on here with Nappa? Or would you place him even lower? That being said, if you guys enjoy the content, definitely let me know by leaving a like, comment, maybe even consider hitting that subscribe button. I'll see you guys in the next one. Later!